What up, world? This is TheGoalNet recording live from Chicago, and we're here today to talk Bauer Ultrasonic. First things first, though, hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. The coronavirus is still active, filming this video in June of 2020. However, the good news for people looking to get out and return to the ice is rinks are opening. Saw one of the other social media accounts, Goalie Gear Nerd, return to the ice. That's great to see. My league, I think, is kicking back up in about 2 weeks, so do plan to get back out there in about 2 weeks. This ultrasonic gear was delivered to me right before the coronavirus kind of hit hard. I had about 2 skates as an opportunity to wear this gear and unfortunately didn't jump in, and not because I'm not excited about it, but more because it is unique and definitely wanted to give it a trial run and a pickup skate. However, given that the world has changed, that's probably not a reality anymore. So I do plan to pick back up and wear ultrasonic my next skate. But before we do that, let's take a look. Let's understand what this gear is. This video is a deep dive for anybody maybe new to the page and not following kind of the methodology I do around my video content. This is not a review. This is just explaining what are the new features, what separates the Bauer Ultrasonic from previous generations. And then we can also follow up at a later date to see a video comparing the 2X Pro to the Bauer Ultrasonic. Both of those are Bauer's current goalie lineup, and it's very interesting to see and feel the differences between those two lines. So history with this, I wore Bauer 1S. I did not wear the 2S, and then the Ultrasonic is the 3rd edition of that line, and actually the senior price point is called the 3S, and the Pro top level, top of the line price point is called the Ultrasonic. So at first blush, looking at these, aside from the new graphic and some of the new textured features on it, at first blush, this might look pretty much like a Supreme and like we are used to seeing with Bauer on the Supreme line since the Odin gear has launched. But one of the things I think you will find is very different with this gear is actually in trying it on. And so to back up a couple steps, in my opinion, Bauer is definitely at the forefront of the industry right now, driving the technology and innovation put into new goalie gear. But the gloves, I admire the technology put into them, but I've never quite had the feel that I've loved. And even though I respect the product and the direction they're going in, they've maybe never been my favorite gloves year to year. And I had the opportunity to check out Ultrasonic in a little bit of a sneak preview, I want to say in October of 2019. And it was instant. I put the gloves on for the first time and I was blown away. I was begging Bauer to send me a demo test set because I couldn't wait to get this stuff on the ice, and unfortunately it hasn't happened yet. And the biggest difference to me with these gloves around the feel, and I'll get into the technical specs, but they've changed a lot of the materials in the backhands of the gloves, and there's almost like a neoprene-like material that's much easier to see in the blocker. But if you check out the back of the fingers here, you'll see that unlike a traditional blocker, there's no leather. It's all this stretchy kind of neoprene-like material on the back of the hand and in the gusset. And so when you actually try this on, the whole blocker glove kind of gives and expands and stretches with you. So it's this crazy feeling where it's super snug on your hand, but then it flexes unbelievably. So it's like tight, but not hindering. Best analogy I can use is a lot of the shorts that are super popular right now, like the Lululemons or the Bird Dogs. They fit a little bit tighter, but they stretch like crazy. Bauer's basically put that concept into a blocker glove, and it's also inside the catch glove. And just pointing out how new it is, still has the tags on it. And you can see here, much harder to show with the glove, but again, the backhand of the glove right here is what I'm referring to. It's a very soft, comfortable, stretchy material. It is not the typical Nash-like material that you might find, or a mesh material. It is a very soft, stretchy material that, again, is super comfortable, keeps the hand very snug and secure inside the glove, but allows it to flex at the same time. So whenever it is safe to go to a hockey shop again, I encourage everybody to go try on the ultrasonic glove and blocker, because I truly believe it's one of the more unique things that I've seen done to a glove and a blocker in terms of fit and feel in a long time. Probably since the, maybe like Brian's did the dial, was maybe the last kind of huge innovation we saw just around strapping for a glove and blocker. And that was already, I think, about 4 years ago. So this is kind of a big deal. This is one of those things that doesn't come on all that often. So this video, in keeping with the Instagram format, will be 15 minutes or less. Let's spend the last 10 minutes just kind of diving into some of the technical specs. But like I said, once it's safe to go to a store, gotta try these gloves on. They feel very different. And I don't think I've ever been able to call a glove and a blocker really comfortable before. So I'm just really like to harp on this point, because if you haven't done it, it's very unique and definitely worthwhile. Even if you have no intention of buying them, or you're super loyal to one other brand, definitely worth trying them on. All right, so with the glove, Bauer has stuck with the 75-degree break, which is the same degree break that has been on the Supreme line since Odin gear launched, which is commercially the Supreme 1S Pro. And this glove is Bauer's most popular break in terms of selling at retail and utilization in the Pro. When I say Pro, that's encompassing CHL and NCAA on through the NHL. So this is Bauer's bread and butter glove. If you're new to Bauer and not quite sure what 75-degree means, 75 is pretty similar on paper to maybe a Vaughn T5500 or a CCM 600 brake, and that's what this brake is. But I always too should point out really quick, even though there may be some similarities in construction in the brakes on paper, each glove feels different in your hand. So just because you think you are or you are not, a brake guy, like I'm a 60-degree guy, I'm not a 60-degree guy, or whatever you may think you are, it's definitely worth going to trying the glove on and seeing if it fits. And I bring this up because I have typically always gone with a 60 or a 90-degree brake in the different glove models that I've used. And this is probably my least favorite glove brake. And I have to say that 1S, I was more comfortable in this brake than I've been in any other version I've ever tried of this style brake. So definitely looking forward to getting the ultrasonic out on the ice and getting the feel for it. In terms of custom specs, I went with a single T and skate lace. The standard stock glove you'll see in a store will be the split T with the nylon lacing. Heard me say this in every video. I just like the combination of snap and comfort with the skate lace and the single T. And let's break down the specs a little bit on this glove deeper. So durability is one thing that Bauer's spent a ton of time working on since the launch of the original Odin gear, and I do give them credit as it's constantly improved. So if we look at the glove, the main material you see here, which is a little bit more matte looking, is going to be the Core Tech ST material. And then inside, where it's a little bit glossier, is the Catchlite material. So for aesthetics and durability to match the rest of the line, the main material there is the Core Tech material. And then inside there, where the glove breaks and you need a little bit additional flexibility and closure, they have the Catchlite material. So that's very interesting to note that we've got two different materials there that are very strategically designed and located. So underneath the hood, some of the stuff that unfortunately you can't see that I think really separates a Bauer glove is the level of technology they put into it. So this whole cuff piece area right here is all curved composite. That's the same material that Bauer uses in their skates. If you've never seen it up close, it is the shell. And it's also used in the blocker and the goalie pad. So for durability, that is in the cuff here. And then it's also out on the perimeter of the glove here. And this would replace where a lot of companies traditionally use plastic. Curve is a composite material, so it's going to be more durable. And then here in the palm itself to protect against stingers, which you can actually see me touching the glove. You'll feel this area is a bit rigid and it's much softer in the palm. That is reinforced with Poron XRD. So that will be a soft impact absorbing material where you need it most inside the glove. And like you've noticed in all my videos, I always get game ready. And this is also greatly improved with the ultrasonic versus the 2S. Bauer did a huge improvement with the Vapor line, getting their game ready standards to, could be the best in the industry, or at least in that bar where maybe before the 2X, they were a step behind. Ultrasonic takes that huge leap forward as well. So I know this is everybody's favorite part of the video, but it is always the hardest to film one-handed. So you can see the seal there is absolutely perfect. We've got a little bit of an overlap, and then there is the closure fresh out of the box. So you can see really good. And again, the seal on the glove is really well done. And then last but not least, taking a look at the internals of the glove, this really cool heathered looking material, which may be one of the more unique materials seen inside the glove there, is Bauer's Thermocore material, which is, performance fabric. It's supposed to be light, breathable, and durable. And then inside here, we've got kind of a cream Nash style looking material, which is Bauer's Catch Grip material. And as you can see, kind of hard to catch this on video, but that does run all the way through the palm. Wrist strap there is a traditional quick release buckle. And then again, that really cool kind of neoprene style material. And then the backhand as well is the traditional kind of style glove cuff that we've come to see from Bauer, but this iteration was also tweaked with the Free Flex just to try and give it better range of motion. So if you're not aware, Bauer definitely started the revolution around the hot rebounding blockers, and that technology is still in the ultrasonic. As we take a look there at the sidewall. So you're gonna get curve inside the sidewall there, and then on the face of the blocker as well. And you can see that is an extremely rigid, maybe the toughest sidewall in the industry, so definitely shouldn't expect to get any stingers with this design. And then in terms of the materials, the sidewall is made out of Bauer's Shocklite material, which is the same material used in the core of the goalie pad itself. And then behind the curve in the board is Bauer's control foam. So like I said, industry leading for the rebounds and the sidewall durability. And then down here for finger protection, there is a Velcro straight finger protection that you can actually pull out and adjust. So if you want it to float more and close this gap a little bit, you want to tweak it down, you have the flexibility with the Velcro to move it around quite a bit. And then on the back as well, you can see we've got a molded material here with the cuff. We've got the Thermocore liner on this as well. And then again, this black material, which I talked about earlier, which gives this an incredible feel, is Bauer's Hypersense, which feels tight and stretchy and comfortable all at the same time. It's a really weird sensation in a blocker until you can try it on and get a feel for what I'm looking at. And then again, we have pretty similar with what Bauer did on the Vapor line, but we've got the Quattro style palm, which is a little bit more of a traditional Nash looking material here inside the palm. So it'll give you a more traditional comfort feel on this as well. So in summary, Bauer Vapor Supreme Ultrasonic, take the word vapor out of there, but Bauer Supreme Ultrasonic really builds on the success of the blocker with the hot rebounds and the glove with the 75-degree break, but improved materials and durability will add a lot to this line. And I definitely recommend, I think I've spent half the video saying this, but you gotta try it on. The Hypersense liner, which is the black neoprene-like material I talked about, is super different. And one thing I hate to say, but gotta say it at the end of all the videos, is please throw me a follow on YouTube, really appreciate it. This is the GoalNet signing out. Check back in for a comparison to the Vapor gloves and also some content around the Bauer ultrasonic goalie pads.